I know this might look like a lot of complicated tools and procedures, but I'm going to tell you exactly how I care for my skin because it's quite simple. I soak my feet in warm water for 1 to 2 hours every couple of weeks to loosen the dead skin, and water works just fine. And I can come in then with this pedicure knife and scrape off the skin just to get it down to a moisturized, smooth level instead of sort of that crusty, cracky edges that can become inflexible and painful. This is what my foot looks like after a couple of months of scraping without shaving. And when my toes start to get too thick or they start to bother me with the buildup of skin around them, I'll come in with these hangnail clippers and just clip down the excess. And when it's time, when it feels too thick and soaking and scraping just won't be enough or will be too labor intensive, I take the callus shaver, which is this tool, and begin shaving off the skin. And that gives me a much thinner callus that I can then start the whole process over again with. And afterwards, this is what they look like. The proof is in the pudding. I know a lot of people have recommended multiple different tools and creams and other medical things that I could use to do a better job, but I find this is a quick, easy, efficient process, and my feet feel great. These are my hands after 12 days of skin growth, and I skip the soaking and scraping process altogether and go right into shaving them every 2 weeks. When my fingertips begin to lose sensation after about a week or maybe 10 days since a shave, when they're bugging me, I'll come in and shave my fingertips down, just my fingertips, and I'll also use those hangnail clippers to get all the edges to do a more detailed, refined taking down of the callus around my fingertips, especially on the tops where the skin will fray and be prone to catching and ripping, which I really don't want. And just helping to keep the shape of my fingers and keep the sensation all the way around so I can have good fine motor control. Another problem is that the callus will grow up on the underside of the nails, and so I'm regularly, like every few days, coming in and clipping the callus down under and around my nails so that it doesn't grow up on the nails and become very uncomfortable. And you can see how thin the callus can get, and you can also see my fingerprints hiding under there. And this is how I like to maintain my fingertips. And then every 2 weeks approximately, I'll come in with the callus shaver and just do a quick light shave of my whole hands and take that skin off so that I can have totally functioning hands. Yeah, I know they look really red, but they're not inflamed and they are not in pain. It's just because my entire skin is callous, top to bottom, on my hands and feet. There's no regular skin underneath. And so when you take this keratinized callus off, it's very thin and you can see the blood flow underneath. And this is what they look like when they're done. I do this every 2 weeks of my life and retain function in my hands and keep up with my feet as well.